71 of the Zeens and Roger Crochet vlogcast, said with a bubble of spit. How are you? Are you okay? I'm huffing and puffing because I've been up and down the stairs a couple of times, bringing my crochet stuff with me, so I can talk about it up here. So you may even still be able to hear the body downstairs shouting. Probably children and a husband or whatever. It might be quite nice to have a bit of refuge up here for a bit. There'll be a meeting going on in the boys' bedroom. A business meeting. It's funny, people are working from home legit. And not accustomed to it. We haven't got this is a 2-bedroom house. We've got 2 bedrooms and a living room downstairs. There's no special fancy craft room or private office, any separate spaces for anything else. So the next sort of couple of months should prove interesting. How are you? Are you alright? It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's a bit weird. But I shan't dwell on it or talk about it. It's Tuesday today. It's the 1st of April tomorrow. I'm back at work tomorrow. I'm not going to talk about that, thank you very much. It's just I don't want to. It was my baby's birthday on Sunday, and that was honestly, you think, how the hell are we supposed to have a birthday party for a 7-year-old when we're all bloody under house arrest? Well, actually, he said it was the best birthday ever. And so how great is that? He had friends knock on the front room window, and they had a chat through the window. He had a FaceTime with another friend, and he got to show him all his toys. And then I'd messaged a few parents to say, oh, do you mind just doing a card and either putting it through the letterbox or hiding it somewhere in town and we can go and find it, that kind of thing. I mean, we didn't end up doing that. Everybody just said, oh, it's sort of I've left it on the doorstep, or knocked on the window and had a chat and stuff. It was really nice, and he was really pleased with that. And actually it was a bit different, so it made it more exciting. We had a little tea party, panda themed tea party, because he's obsessed with pandas. There are now pandas everywhere. But do you know what? He loved it. And then the next day I said, did you have a nice day yesterday? That was yesterday I said that. And he said, yeah, it was really nice, but, and he confessed that he was a bit disappointed because the big present, which was about this big, wrapped up, he got a bit excited because he thought it was a trampoline, and he's been asking for a trampoline, but it was a toy panda from IKEA, another one, because he wanted one of those as well. He'd already named it well before I'd made any promises about getting a panda. And his heart had sunk a little bit because it wasn't a trampoline, it was another panda. He loves his panda. But yeah. So we confessed that yesterday morning, and a few hours later there was a knock on the door again, and it was a delivery driver, and they were delivering the trampoline that we'd ordered. I ordered it 2 weeks ago, but what with everything, it took a while. And I ordered it before the lockdown, just so you know. I wouldn't order it now, probably. You'd have to wait, I think. But I mean, the timing was just right. It would have been nice if it had been delivered the day before, but you know what? He was over the moon, absolutely over the moon. It's so heavy though, I can't lift it, so God knows how I can't put it together on my own. So at 4 o'clock today, all 4 of us will probably try and put that thing together. I can't even lift the box, it's so heavy. But I have resisted buying a trampoline for about 10 years. Kids love them, I hate them. I don't want that monstrosity in my garden, thank you very much. I've resisted and resisted and resisted, and then I finally caved, and actually, do you know what? Now is the time. And then in 2 weeks' time we've got to do it all again, because the other one is 11. So you're going to be, yeah, he's going to be 11 in 2 weeks. Just under 2 weeks now. But he doesn't really want anything physical that I can order offline or whatever. He wants a computer. But he wants a computer that he can build. So he's like got all the list of bits and bobs that he wants to be able to build his own computer. It's not as unusual as it sounds, because the 2 computers we have been built from scratch here, because that's what they're into down there. They're computer geeks. It's not my cup of tea, whatever, but my computer that I use to do all my editing and stuff like that, apparently the most powerful computer you could get was one you built yourself. So I don't know. My computer is, but the thing is with like self-built computers is they are massive. So it's not like a diddy little box, it's huge. But you know, whatever floats that boat. So yeah, Edward would like to have his own computer, so he's collecting all the bits to go with it. And that means that I don't have to worry about buying crap on Amazon. That will just be forgotten about a week later. So actually I approve of that present idea. But I am going to buy him loads of mint arrows as well, because he would like to have something to open on the day. It's the day after Easter, which is it's just going to be like an abundance of chocolate in his house. I've already started, because I didn't know if I'd be able to go to a shop and just buy like a whole crate of chocolate. So I'm going in dribs and drabs, like after work, and only if I need anything else. I'm not just going to go to the supermarket just for chocks. Although technically that is an essential item, along with wine and gin. Yes. Sorry, this is a very long chat, isn't it, about nothing to do with crochet. But I am crocheting as I talk, so I'm not talking at you though. Should make eye contact or something. I try not to look over there, because that's the screen of me. And today I look hideous because my hair is all pinned back. I don't like it all pinned back. I don't like my big moon face. But it's convenient. I'm wearing the Just Feel Festive scarf shawl by Nadira Tani, which is Kalisha Ryan from the Quirky Monday podcast, Craftcast. And my crocheter jumper by Stitchers Tees. Don't know if there's an S in the middle of that or not. But I wear this all the time. I was only going to save it for best, but I don't, hence it's covered in like tea stains. I spill my cups of tea quite a lot. I have so much tea that, of course, eventually, inevitably, I spill it. Whoops. I'm working on a sample of the Forages Shawl. I don't have the, if I got the ball, did I bring the ball up here? Yes I did. Did I bring the label? No I didn't. I think this was like a new ball of yarn last week. It's a 400 gram ball. I reckon there's probably just over 100 grams left now. It's Mariner Yarns. It's an Aran weight yarn. It was a 400 gram ball bought in a shop in Exeter before everything went crazy. Or just at the beginning of the crazy. I did not bring the label upstairs, so I don't know what it's called, but I will put it in the show notes. The show notes, there will be a link in the description box below for those. I like it a lot. The nappy bits, the colourful specks, are essentially primary colours. You've got bits of blue, red and yellow in there. So I've worked up, I don't think I'd started when I showed you, I think I just had the ball, didn't I? So I've started my shawl. I'm quite well into it now, so because I'm on the edging. And this is the Forages Shawl, which was in an issue of Inside Crochet magazine in the autumn last year. I can't remember which issue, terribly sorry, maybe 1, 2. Where are we now? Maybe it's like 117. The Forages Shawl. That was an Aran weight shawl as well. So it's this. So it looks like this, and then it's got a linen stitch edge. And I'm probably with this one going to tinker with the colour order. I'm not going to follow the pattern exactly, but I wanted to have a sample that was not autumnal. I wanted to have a sample that was a bit more summery. So my border will consist of 4 colours, not 2, and I'm just going to go with whatever I fancy with relation to colour order and how many I do of what row. I'm not going to follow the pattern. And then when I eventually release it to be able to buy individually, which I'm hoping to do, but I still haven't had the tech edit version returned to me yet. I've got the photographs that were in the magazine, but not the tech edit, which there may have been a chart in the magazine. I hope so, because that means I get the chart as well, and chart's always fun. And if they've done it, then it means I don't have to, which is a bonus. Doing a summary sample, I don't think it really matters on the colour order of the edge. You can sort of go with what takes your fancy really and what you like. But I've been trying to work out exactly what I'd do with it this morning, and I don't know. I think I'm just going to have to sort of wing it a little bit, because I haven't really worked it out. I mean, I could Fibonacci it, but I don't know. I've got 4 shades, and of course I think Fibonacci is all about odd numbers, not even, so that wouldn't work. But maybe the rows I work in each colour, I could try and work out something that was mathematically pleasing, which is essentially what the Fibonacci sequence is, but it gets used quite a lot whether or not you realise it. I learned that as a crocheter. Otherwise I wouldn't give 2 stuffs about anything mathematical. The amount of maths I have to do just to try and work out stitch counts for things, it's the thing that drives me most crazy, but the thing that gives me the most satisfaction when I've achieved it. So every cloud. I do hope that I'll release this soon, but I mean, I've got so many patterns at the minute that are backing up. Just like the list is just going woo, 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 because I've just run out of time now. The 2 days I did have, I mean, I've got the kids, I've got to entertain them and school them. So everybody else is gaining crochet time and I'm losing it, so I'm pissed off. I'm sulking about that. But I'm gonna just sort of make the most of what I do have and not be a misery guts and not complain, because there are people in worse situations, la-di-da-di-da. And I'm just going to, yes, go down that route. What shall I talk about? Well, so I'm doing this on a Monday morning. Yes, I am doing Joe Wicks. No, I don't like it. The first morning after the first morning, the morning after the morning before, I hurt a lot. I'm not used to doing those sorts of workouts where you squatting and all sorts. And this morning it was not planking, not quite push-ups, but something in between. I don't quite know what it was, but I knew I couldn't do them. But if I try and do it every time I'm around, then I'll get stronger. I've been trying to do yoga at home as well, but that doesn't work. I forget the routines. I can't even do a sun salute routine without going, what's next? When do I breathe? I don't know. Last week, I don't know why, I think he was rummaging through drawers, but Artie, the youngest, he was looking for sellotape, but he found this. This is a frog I must have made 6 or 7 years ago. Oh. He is called the Happy Frog. It's a free pattern. You can find it via Ravelry. It's still there. I quite like that about the internet. Something can just be there. And you can go, oh, it's still there. Sometimes you'll find a pattern that you absolutely love and you'll go back to it even a few months later, and the link will be broken. You'll be like, oh, I've lost that nice pattern. This one, still there. The Happy Frog pattern. So he discovered this and he asked me to make another one. He wanted another one so that they could fight. He wanted 2 frogs so that they could fight. So I made him another one. They are quite fun. And obviously it takes absolutely no time at all to make. They're so small. The interesting thing is that this one's really loose and squishy and this one's sort of tightly made and packed. But, I mean, it's weird because I said to him it will be smaller because my crochet has changed and I reckon my amigurumi will be tighter because I understand it more now. But it turns out that it's not smaller at all. It's about the same size, even though it's, well, yarn must be different, hook size different, la-di-da-di-da. But I'm surprised he's not smaller. So yeah, he made them have a punch up for a bit and then he forgot all about it. And they lay abandoned on the floor all week, as did all the other toys that they've just got out, just cause. And I tried to make them tidy yesterday, and tidying meant picking it all off of the living room floor and taking it upstairs and putting it on their bedroom floor. So I haven't actually tidied anything away at all, they've just moved the mess. But to be honest with you, I'd much rather it was in their bedroom than in my living room, so whatever. So I made the hat. Clutching at straws here, clutching at straws. And I'll finish both panels for this as well. I just need to stitch them together, stitch down the sides and do the sleeves. But both panels are done. I ordered 6 extra balls, which means I've got 2 balls to do each sleeve. 2 balls each for each sleeve. But actually, yeah, it worked out quite quick in the end. I wonder if both panels are the same. Wouldn't it be awful if one was like 6 inches longer than the other because I'd done something wrong? No, they're about the same. This is the ribbing for the bottom. That'll be the bottom. Sorry, flapping it about, being annoying. So it's going to be boxy, quite wide. I might block it, but block it lengthways rather than give it any more width. But it would be nice to have some, oh, I don't know. Do you know what? I was working on this and then I immediately picked up this, and the difference between the 2 yarns are both supposed to be Aran, or maybe that's not supposed to be Aran, because this is much chunkier. It's much, I say much chunkier, it is a bit chunkier than this. I could feel it almost immediately when I started working this after this. And the pattern, which is from the My Crochet Wardrobe by Cassie Ward, it says Aran weight, so I think probably what I've done is chosen a yarn that's too big, which is why I kept running out of this and using so much of it, because it's, let's have a look, let's compare. 50 grams is 70 metres. 100 grams is 180 metres. Is that 90 if you do 50? So you get 20 metres more per 50 grams for this. Oops. So obviously not an Aran, this might be chunky. Drops Alaska, what are you? Let's Google it. This is why you should swatch, this is why you should pay attention to things like yardage, meterage, whatever you want to call it. And I so often ignore that kind of thing because I just go, it'll be alright. And then get annoyed when it doesn't quite work out. You find that you get less annoyed if you do the hard graft first. It says yarn weight Aran when you look online. But pay attention to the details, that's what I shall say. I'm not really feeling it today, can you tell? I'm a bit sort of like meh. I might go out for a walk, I think that will make me feel better. It's sun, and also I might do some gardening. We did some gardening a couple of weeks ago. I dragged the kids out, put the tortoises out so they can enjoy the sunshine. It's cold, but the sun is shining. I'd like to be able to do the rest of my veg now. It's nearly April. The only thing we planted 2 weeks ago was broad beans. And I put the runner beans out, but they're in the grow house. I'd like a really big posh greenhouse, but we haven't got space or the money. So we just got one of those plastic ones, and it doesn't fit everything in it. I'd like to grow some tomatoes in it, so I need to like bring everything on, take it out and plant it out, like runner beans. I've got some sweet peas, mange two. No, then I'll sow those direct in a week or two. Can't remember what else. Somebody's coming upstairs. I want to put some other bits out. Oh, cucumbers. Outdoor cucumbers. So not like the posh greenhouse ones you buy in the supermarket. They're Englishy sort of. Are they called English cucumbers? I'm not sure. They grow outside and they're beautiful. Their skin's all spikely and humply bumply, but they taste well nice. But I want to grow tomatoes, and I think they'll do best in the grow house. So I want to be able to have that empty so I can grow like 3 tomato plants in there. Gosh, this is crochet related, isn't it? I've got all sorts of things to plant. I like growing my veg. I do it every year. Some years I'm lazier than others, but because of all the nonsense that's happening at the minute, I think that's encouraged me to be a bit more diverse and a bit more adventurous. And so I'm going to work a bit harder at using the space better and stuff like that. I can't remember why I was talking about that. Oh, trying to perk myself up a bit. One of the things that the boys are sharing as a birthday present is the latest Just Dance on the Switch. So we've all been doing Just Dance. Jeez, I don't understand. I need a lot of practice. I mean, they go so fast. Even the easy setting, the dancers are like, what? I get so left behind. But it's all about practice, and I need to sort of learn some dance routines and then I'll be fine. But that's probably more fun than Joe Wick's PE thing. And the kids agree. They are now sick of Joe Wick's after week 2. It's a YouTube thing for PE for kids. Anyway, I will finish that loose leaf jumper, this one, very soon. It's quite heavy. I'm a bit worried it's going to be too big. I mean, there's boxy and then there's just plain big, but we shall see. I'm finding myself easily distracted because I can hear people talking everywhere. One of the things I did get the kids to do, and no, I haven't taught them how to crochet yet, but I'm going to try at some point. But yesterday I've seen this on Insta. A few people have been doing these, and they've been doing rainbowy ones, but I thought, I've got some DK acrylic left, but I didn't want to use it all because I think I might be I'm just going to save it because I think I might want to make a jumper with it at some point, all my stash, and just like do a stash busting jumper at some point. And so I don't want to sort of get stuck into that and use it for this thing I did with the kids. So I used the King Cole yarn I'd been sent, because I'm an ambassador. They sent me a couple of boxes of yarn to try, and I sort of rooted through that and chose some balls of yarn. Sorry, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going like this because it feels nice. But we made some wall hangings. I thought the boys would enjoy those, and that's mine. And as you can see, not colours I'd ordinarily choose for my crochet, but I like the different textures for this wall hanging. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Hang it on a wall? Maybe? For some reason, it reminds me of is it a Portuguese man of war? Is that what they're called? But there's some sort of tendrily yarn which is floofy, which you can make teddy bears out of. I don't want to make a teddy bear, so I used it in this. It's called truffle, but you can make fluffy teddy bears with that yarn. Then I used a colour changing gradient, I think it might be double knit, called Riot, which is like I think it's a single ply. I quite like it as a colour changing yarn. I don't mind it, but I don't know what to make with it. I got a blue ball and a brown ball, and I could make like a cowl or something with it, or a pair of wrist warmers maybe, but it would be for somebody else, not for me, because they're not my colours. And at the minute I just don't want to do that. So in here it went. And then finally there was like a cotton silk yarn called Finesse, which is a really nice texture of yarn. I don't know how I'm going to show you that. It's like a cotton silk blend with something else. I got sent some of that as well, so I'll chuck that in as well. I got sent a pink one, a black one, and a different colour, and I can't remember what the third colour is. It might be purple. So I made a wall hanging with a bit of scrappy old bamboo that I picked up in the garden. That's the other thing. Me and the kids went out in the garden looking for bits of wool. And then this is Artie's. He's 7 years old and he's making his own woolly bits. I'm surprised he managed to do as much as he did without getting bored. We decided not to trim them, although people are doing them so that they're all beautifully straight angles and stuff. These are not those. So yes, and then Edu did this one, and this is King Cole Stripe. Oh, this one is King Cole Paradise Beaches. Some of the leftovers from that C2C blanket I did, he's used for his. And then this is, yeah, the blue and the crochet hook does not come with it. He managed, his bamboo was hollow. I don't think the other two are hollow. They've got probably mud jammed in them from when they stuck in the ground growing runner beans. I actually really like the effect of the stripe yarn. So it's got a blue one and a pink one together. I would like to crochet something with this. I was going to do Easter eggs, but I don't want to right now. Got 2 weeks to Easter. Maybe I'll do it then. So that's the sort of thing we've been doing. And the other thing was that, do you remember that shrug I showed last episode? The really nice sage green shrug that's Inside Crochet magazine. Well, I got my knickers in a twist about that because the magazine was released on the... Oh God. I look really round-faced as well. It's only been... God, imagine what we're going to be be like in like 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks if we're all still like quarantined. Whenever it was, the magazine was released for the Thursday, and I'd seen a lot of my crochet mates had theirs a couple of days before the Thursday. This is this issue of Inside Crochet magazine, okay? It's issue 124, and it's got my shrugging in it, which I showed last week. Let me show you. I haven't brought it upstairs. I'm going to open this magazine, but I'm not going to like open it. I just want, because I haven't got the other. I got my knickers in a twist because I wanted to see it, and I saw everybody else had their copies and I didn't have mine, and I was like, I want it, I'm desperate to see it. And I went round all the shops going, have you got it? Have you got Inside Crochet magazine? No, we don't sell Inside Crochet magazine. Well, you should. They never sell it in the Sainsbury's in town, not for years. I haven't seen it in Sainsbury's for about 2-3 years. And I went there on the Saturday morning, so that's the Saturday after it's been released, and they had a copy. So I bought it because I was that desperate, even though as a designer featured in the magazine I'd get a complimentary copy. I emailed the girls at Inside Crochet magazine and I said, mine hasn't arrived yet, please send me another copy if that's all right, because it looks like it's not going to show up. I did that on the Saturday morning as well. No, I did that on the Friday, I think. I forgot to tell them. That I went to the shop and bought one. And then I forgot to tell them that on the Monday it arrived, but I thought that's because they'd sent it on the Saturday. If this story makes no sense, I'm sorry. Anyway, on Monday I got a copy, but I'd already bought it on the Saturday, and I forgot to say I'd bought it, don't worry about it. But then the issue turned up on the Monday. And then yesterday, or day before, well, not yesterday because that was, what day is it now? Don't know. Anyway, another week later I got another one, so I've got 3 copies of Inside Crochet magazine. This is the shrug I'm talking about. You can have a look at it on Ravelry as well if you want. I'm just going to put it back in the plastic because I'm going to do a giveaway, because I don't need 3 copies of the same issue. So I'll do a giveaway here. So whoever wants this one, I have opened it, do apologise. And then yeah, so I've got 2. It comes with a free gift. It's got a pin cushion and a crochet hook. I think the crochet hook, it says a 3.5. And there's some great patterns in this issue actually. There are great patterns in all the issues of Inside Crochet. It's really modern, grown up, practical designs rather than whimsical novelty items. I mean, you get like toys and stuff in there too, but they're usually things that you go, I want to make that, rather than what's the point in that, which can happen occasionally in other magazines you get. Might get into trouble. So I'm going to do a giveaway. So if you don't get Inside Crochet in your area, that's the bin man. If you don't get Inside Crochet in your area, or you just can't stretch to, so I think it's like £7. Yes. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's not. It's £8. I didn't know that. Just think of it like a book. You'd spend £8 on a book, right? This has got 26 patterns in it. That's how I like to look at it. It's not like OK magazine, where like literally the contents of which, I mean, they're useless on publication day, but a week too later they're completely redundant. For example, you can keep a crochet magazine for the whole of your life and still be making stuff from it 20, 30, 40 years later or whatever, if you chose to. I thought it was only £6, £8 and £7.99. I would rather not have free gifts in a magazine and pay less. But I know there are reasons why they do it, and I can't remember what they are. But I think that's been the thing that's come up before. And there was like, oh, we do it because of this. And I can't remember what the this was. So please leave a comment down below. I can hopefully get to the post office in a couple of weeks still. They should be still open. And if they're not, then obviously I'll keep hold of them until there is a time when I can post them. Leave a comment down below. Let me know where you are from in the world so that I can sort out postage. I will definitely post one UK only, and the other one I'll stretch to the whole wide world. If I'm allowed to. If I get to the post office and they say something like, no, we're not posting this internationally anymore, then fine. Sort something out. As organised as ever. I don't suppose I should have it any other way, really. Who wants to be that organised and sensible all the time? No questions, no, like, I'm not going to ask you anything, but if you just leave a comment, that is at least like 2 sentences, then that's good. Basically, is it really mean of me when I go, yeah, if you just go thanks, great podcast? Which I love. I'm very appreciative of people that think it's great and they come and they make the effort to comment. But if you want to be entered into a prize draw for a fabulous magazine that costs £7.99, then you know, tell me a story about how you crocheted. Oh, I said you weren't going to have to. You weren't going to have to. Oh. I'm very tired. Gosh. Is it Tuesday already? Wow. I've done 3 rows of this. Shall I do another one? I think I might do another 1 or 2. I should do 2 for Fibonacci because that's 5 rows then. My nose, I've just blown my nose so it's looking a bit pink. If I do 5 rows of this turquoise colour, then what if I did some rows of these and then went back to the turquoise? Maybe I could do that. I don't know. I'm just going to keep crocheting, essentially. I'm just going to, as much as I can. Every night when I came home from work last week, I didn't want to do anything, but I had to finish off a commission, so I did. Got there in the end, posted it on Monday. Yesterday. Crumbs. I need to write it out though. Send that off. And then I haven't got any more commissions. I don't think. I've sent off 3 ideas to somebody. Somebody else asked me about one the other day, but I'm dubious. And I think, if anything, now is the time to do stuff I want to do rather than like push for work. Maybe I should take a break and just do fun things. It's nearly lunchtime. Ooh. I might have my lunch, feed the boys, and then go for a walk. I might take them with me. They don't always want to go, but then it's tough luck. You only get one chance a day. It's nuts. Right, I shall go. It's at times like this where I go, should I re-record all that? Because I sound like a right miserable old cow. But then I haven't got time. Which sounds mean. I've made a decision. I'm not going to re-record. You're going to have to take me as you find me. So I went cross-eyed then because I was looking at the fluff. I'm really sorry, but you know, times are hard, yeah? I'm probably going to have my lunch, go for a walk, do some Just Dance, and then pick up some crochet. How about you? What else have you got planned? I mean, I could tidy the house, but it turns out I just don't want to do that. I saw a great meme yesterday that said, I've been saying for years that I just didn't have time to tidy the house. Now I've got the time, it turns out I just didn't want to tidy. And it's like, yeah, that's true. I've got so much tidying. I had a whole list of stuff I was going to do with the kids. Like number one at the top was teach them crochet, but my patience is thin today and they're not much better. They like the routine of school, and when we stick to routine here, it shows. If you just go, today just do what you want, they get more fractious and more argy-bargy. So I'm going to have to sort of be a bit more disciplined with them this afternoon. I was going to make the eldest one make some banana bread because I've got some squishy old bananas, but I haven't got any of the other ingredients. But we could probably make it up a little bit. That might be interesting. I'm going to make a curry for tea, and I might rope them in on that as well. Anyway, I hope you're okay and enjoying your crochet time, knitting time, etc. I'll see you again. Thanks for watching. If you like that shambles, feel free to like and subscribe. Oh, somebody having an argument out there. Can't tell. See you later. Bye.